All right, YouTube, I'm back with Operation Tannenberg, round 4, the Ottomans. But before I get into that, I do regretfully have a few corrections I have to post regarding Germany through Japan's turns, or notes rather. So, for France, the only note is that Madman forgot that if he wants to upgrade a barbed wire, the way that a barbed wire works is so if you have a trench works already in play and you get another trench works, right? So if you have one in play, not only do you get to place a trench works in another territory, but you get to upgrade the one that you already have. He misunderstood that and thought it was one or the other for a second, I guess. He said he forgot. But anyway, he only upgraded the barbed wire. In order for him to upgrade the barbed wire, he has to place a trench works. So he's either going to have to place it in Burgundy, Lorraine, Paris. I would lean towards Paris if he's going to place it. In order to he has to place it in one of those territories or wherever else he wants in order to upgrade that barbed wire, or he can hold on to another turn and place it later, but then the barbed wire upgrade doesn't happen. So we'll figure that out with what he wants to do with that. With Germany's turn, in order for his change of units in Germany to Africa, he has to leave one unit behind in Belgian Congo. Oops, sorry. He has to leave one unit behind in Belgian Congo for it to remain contested. Otherwise, he's essentially backing out and then attacking it again. So if he either has to, in order for Germany to send an infantry unit into Belgian Congo to keep it contested when he did it on his turn, that theoretically has to happen. Although, regardless, Britain attacked it. So maybe we'll just keep it a wash because I'm a little slow on this. I just updated everybody's turn. So anyway, yeah, so basically that's the reason. Again, reasoning, he has to keep infantry in there. Otherwise, if he pulls that last infantry out, or unit in general, if he pulls that unit out in order to put another one back in, it's basically attacking again. So he'd have to, if he wants to pull that out, he'd have to conduct combat to like recontest that territory essentially, right? So there's that. Moving over to Japan, the only place Japan can upgrade improved sea mines is in Sea Zone 55, so it has to go there. It's not the greatest tech for Japan, even though these two German cruisers are coming back into the Pacific, but that is the only territory that they can place it in. So it's going to go there. What else? Oh yeah, and on Germany's turn, again, once more with the upgrading of barbed wire, because he had a trench works in play. He had a trench works already in play in Qingdao, and he placed another one in German East Africa, which means he gets to upgrade the in play trench works with a barbed wire. Okay, because this was not contested. Now, if it was already, if Japan had contested it on the previous turn, wouldn't be able to do that. Now Japan has to attack the territory with a tank in order to cancel out the barbed wire. So they have to build a tank. But anyway, not the end of the world. And then last but not least, I think in terms of corrections, yeah, Sea Zone 41. Britain put their naval port on in West India, I presume on this coastline, not this coastline. And then he mobilized 4 naval units. Not only can he not mobilize those 4 units just yet because he just placed this naval port this turn, he can only mobilize up to 3 naval units, or sea units rather. He can only mobilize up to 3 because a military base or a naval port can only mobilize up to a maximum of 3 units each, and pairing with the IPC value of the territory. So West India has 4 units, or sorry, 4 IPCs. Sorry, West India has 4 IPCs, which means Bombay can mobilize up to 4 land or air units. Now that there's a naval port here, they can mobilize up to 3 sea units here, but a total of 4 units can be mobilized within this territory, right? So you can mobilize at most 3 sea units and 1 land unit. You can do any combination of that, but you cannot mobilize 4 sea units. It would have to be 3 sea units and 1 land unit to max build West India with as many sea units as you possibly could build, or mobilize rather. Terminologies, am I right? So these units are not there this turn. I've told Ironsides, I've messaged the chat that he can either place these elsewhere, or he can swap them out for different purchases. Whichever his decision is, it's okay. It's not going to really affect what I'm going to do this turn. So, anyway, my point being, these are not here, but I'm going to leave them there for the time being. Okay, oh, man, 5 minutes in. I think that's all the little corrections I had to point out. So, on with the show. I'm going to buy a technology token, see if I get a technological achievement, or 2 maybe. And I don't, a 3 and a 4. Okay, so I keep 1 for next turn. So again, purchase-wise, 5 was spent on the new technology token. I'm gonna build a transport for 6. And then 12 on 4 infantry, 6 on 2 more infantry. So 6 infantry, all right? Yeah, 6 infantry for 18. Okay, cool. Cool. Alrighty, just gonna go ahead and get those chips off, because that's just how I feel like doing it right now. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to do a little pot shot since the Germans have been so nice to align Dervish state for us. Yeah. The infantry is going to move to Somaliland, and I am going to risk it and send this cavalry to attack this lone Italian in British East Africa and see if I get lucky. Up here in Volga, this infantry will move to Kazan, and 1 cavalry from Crimea will go through to Tatarstan and attack that. The rest of what's in Crimea will move to Volga, which is 3 infantry, 2 artillery, and then 3 infantry paired with a machine gun. And then, let's see, 2 artillery from Caucasus up to Volga, 1 infantry from Caucasus up to Volga. Yeah, put those guys over there, the Germans over there. Infantry, artillery from Armenia up to Caucasus. Cavalry from Caucasus down to Syrian Desert. Or sorry, not Syrian Desert. Caucasus could go to Northern Anatolia. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. 2 infantry, 1 artillery from Hejaz to Palestine. 1 artillery. Let's see. Let's see. 1 artillery from Syrian Desert to Palestine. 1 infantry from Marmara will rail to Syrian Desert. Yeah, I think that's... Oh yeah, and then this dreadnought is going to brave the mines and go into... The dreadnought that's in 32 is going to brave the mines and go into C-Zone 29. Let's see if I get lucky with that. Thinking about this. 1 artillery from Syrian Desert will move to Palestine. Actually, you know, I'll cancel that. Okay. Crimea. The cavalry in Crimea is going to go 1-2 to Armenia. And the 2 cruisers in 34. Well, they're going to stay in 34, I guess. Yeah, they'll stay in 34. Okay, I think that's it. So we'll do this since it happens during the movement phase. Do I get hit by a mine? Whew, close. It's a 2. Okay, so I do not. So I contribute to the convoy of Italy and Rome with Austria-Hungary. Okay. And then here in British East Africa, I have a lone cavalry attacking a single Italian infantry. And I miss completely. And he gets me dead on. Wow, it didn't stand a chance. Okay, so he is gone. That was a failure. I could not collect this buck. Okay. I think that does it. So transport goes down in C-Zone 32. Oh, I'm not sure if this has been addressed, but since there's an infantry and artillery left in Greece from when Austria-Hungary's turn, they attack Greece. There's 2 units left. They get aligned to somebody that's at war of the Allied powers. So I figure them and Crete, they collectively, as that is also Greece, will get aligned more than likely to Italy. I'm not sure if that is the official decision, but it probably is. I'll have to get confirmation from the Allies on that. Okay, so anyway, and then the remaining 6 infantry in Marmara. Okay, IPCs, I collect, oh yeah, one second, up here, these are both walk-ons. Apologies, Tatarstan and Kazan are both walk-ons. I go up to 24, the Russia Empire goes down to 14. If that's correct, I think. I'm pretty sure it's correct. Anyway, okay, so there's that. Okay, disposition. 1 infantry in Somaliland. Oh, wait, before I get to that, they collect 24 IPCs plus 6 in national objectives. Hejaz, Arabia, Syrian Desert, Black Sea, and I get 2 for Caucasus. So 6. So that's 24 plus 6, 30, plus 1 technology token. Disposition, 1 infantry in Somaliland, 1 cavalry in Armenia, 1 cavalry in northern Anatolia, infantry artillery in Caucasus, cavalry in Tatarstan, infantry in Kazan. In Volga, we have 3 infantry paired with a machine gun. We have 4 regular infantry and 4 artillery. 2 cruisers in C-Zone 34, 6 infantry in Marmara, northern Anatolia and Armenia, cavalry each. Palestine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artillery, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry. Syrian Desert has 2 infantry, 2 artillery. Transport in 32, Dreadnought in 29. And that does it for the Ottoman Empire, round 4. So on to the Kingdom of Italy. Quadruple checking to make it official. I think that is what we're doing. Oh, and if you're curious what that is a task force marker, so all those Russians are here with that minefield in that plane. Cool. Okay. Thinking. Do I want to change any of this? Nope. Okay, that's it. All right, on to Italy. All right, everybody, I'm going to be doing one correction or alteration to my Ottoman Empire 4 turn. I accidentally bumped Ottomans up 1 for Kazan. Kazan is not worth anything, so rush back up to 15, down to 23. So I subtract an IPC. But also, I will not be taking this territory, and I have a reason for that. But anyway, so this infantry, instead of Kazan, is going to move to Tatarstan, and this cavalry that went to Tatarstan is just going to go into Volga. Okay. So the Trans-Siberian Rail will not be contested. And my reason for doing this is because the Central Powers retain onto any original Russian territories that they control. If, for instance, the Russian Empire saw that the revolution was imminent, they could leave that territory alone, and then therefore, if the Russian Civil War happened, there'd be a total split, And then the only way for the Soviets to attack, because they couldn't go, the Soviets will not be able to go through Central Power territories. They would have to go build a navy in this sea zone and transport units to Urals that way. And as you could probably guess, the whites would have a big advantage with just building up fodder units in Urals before the Soviets could ever amount to be able to take that, which would mean that the fate of Russia territory would be a lost cause. So the Central Powers do have to be careful with what territories they leave the Soviets. So there you go. So any territory that becomes a Soviet-controlled, the Central Powers have to back out of. But any territory that would become white, that would become a white Russian territory, the Central Powers keep control of. So I will not be going into Kazan based on the current situation here. Anyway, so new disposition: 1 infantry in Tatarstan, Volga, 4 infantry, 4 artillery, 1 cavalry, and then 3 infantry with a machine gun. And we have 1 German infantry and 3 German infantry with paired with a machine gun as well. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. And I collect 1 less buck, so I am at 29, I believe it is. So there you go.